So, Maud, the Mercusys Mesh system, tell me what you do out of the box to make this work.
Yeah, so out of the box, you get 3 of these devices, and then what you have to do is you have to power one on first, and then plug it into your modem with the attached cable. Well, it's included in the box, and then you take out your phone and you have to connect to its Wi-Fi network, which is called Mercusys, and then you go to your Chrome browser and then go to mwlogin.net. It's all detailed in the setup guides, and then you'll be able to run through the setup, which walks you through the setup of the...
So when you go to, what is it, mwlogin.net, it doesn't have to be Chrome, just the browser on your phone, exactly. So how you'd access the internet. Yes. And so you type in the address mwlogin.net.
Yes, exactly.
Once you've connected your phone to the Mercusys network.
Yes, exactly. So
on just the one?
Yeah, just the one. And then at the end of the setup, once it asks you to set the password and then the Wi-Fi name, so you can actually change it.
Yeah.
And then you'll just hold the power button on the one you have powered on.
Yeah.
Then that will start flashing red.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you power on the other two.
Yeah.
And then just hit the power button. Well, you have to hold it for a few seconds until it starts going red. Once it's red, and then it'll start going orange.
Yeah.
And then it'll go solid red or solid green.
Yeah. Okay.
Once it does that, that's paired, and
they're all set up.
Yeah.
You mentioned about the password. That's during the login process.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So when you're logged in, it guides you through that, and the last question it asks is to name the new network.
It's the second last one.
Second last, okay.
And then it'll ask you to pair the devices, so you can actually do it all through the setup. Once you go to mwlogin.net, it'll ask you to set the admin password. Yeah. And that's all that you need to do. Fantastic.
And what happens, I know this is self-healing, so if there is a problem with your network and it goes down, it will return itself to use itself.
If you're connected to one of them and it goes down, you'll actually just get connected to another one. And then your coverage will still be there. Perfect.
And of course, this is when you say the modem, your Aircom or your Air modem or your Virgin modem, or whatever, you're plugging it in via the Ethernet. Show me the Ethernet socket on the... There's one socket on each, is there?
Yeah, exactly. So they all...
Oh, there's two.
So there's two on each.
Yeah.
But you only need to use the one, so just use number one.
So you just use number one, okay.
And they all look exactly the same.
Yeah.
They all can act as the main modem.
So it doesn't matter which one you use in that regard.
So just pick your favourites. And,
and what about troubleshooting, like if you position one too far away and it can't connect to the mesh?
So it'll start flashing orange if it has a weak signal to the mesh
You want
network.
it to be green.
Yes.
And if in that event, obviously, you bring them closer to each other. If you just turn the box around and show the graphic of the house.
If it turns red, that means it's disconnected.
Yeah.
So
in other words, just bring them closer to each other.
They both have to be in range of the main one.
Yes.
If they're not, then they're going to be disconnected from the mesh network.
Okay, so what you're looking for them is to be green. Now you actually were using this last night and you found ridiculous amounts of range.
Yeah, it was about 40 meters or so.
Yeah.
For just one device.
From the shop across the road, down Fade Street.
Yeah.
And that was just from one device. So you found them pretty incredible, pretty decent for the money. What if you go wrong and you screw it up and you want to start again?
So there's actually a reset button on each one of them. Yeah. You just have to power it up and then you hold the reset button for about 5 seconds. Yeah. And then it'll turn off and turn on by itself, and then that's you back to square one.
Brilliant. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Thanks a lot, Maud. And best of luck, everyone, with your Mercusys Mesh.